What's up, EV Clan? Alex Espion here, and welcome back to the next episode of the Pokemon Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. In today's episode, we will be challenging Lieutenant Surge's gym. Now, in the last episode, I said that I was going to, I said that I thought that Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon were level 27, his ace, and I don't know if I said I was going to check it, but if I did, then I lied, because I didn't. Yo, champ in the making! Lieutenant Surge has a nickname. People refer to him as the Lightning American. He's an expert on electric Pokemon. Birds and water Pokemon are at risk. Beware of paralysis, too. Lieutenant Surge is very cautious. You'll have to break a code to get to him. Now, this, in case y'all have never seen this gym, guys, this is, basically what this gym is about is that you go to these trash cans, and in these trash cans there are switches. So basically what you want to do, there are a lot of them, is there's this gate here, this gate up here, and you want to unlock the gate by pressing the switches. The problem is, if you press the wrong switch, you need to press 2 switches in a row. If you press the wrong switch, then it resets the switches, the switches that you already pressed. So you need to find 2 random switches in a row. And they have to be, like, directly adjacent to each other. So if the first one was here, the second one would have to be here, or up past this guy. Like the one up and right of him. Anyway, so that's enough explaining. I'm gonna actually fight him now. What does he have to say? This is no place for kids. Yeah, you know, the active electricity is quite dangerous, but on the other hand, kids just seem to be able to do whatever the heck they want in the Pokemon world. I'm like 11? And I'm out exploring the world on my own. It's like, Pokemon parents are really irresponsible, aren't they? Either that or they just have a lot of faith in their kids. And that's commendable, I suppose, but at the same time, it's like, be a better parental unit. Don't just let your kids wander off at the age of 11 to go start their own adventure. You see all these kids just in the middle of fields, out there, with, like, nothing to their name besides a Rattata. And it's like, you see these youngsters out there in the fields with freaking Rattata, and it's like, what if a stranger comes up, asking you to get in the car, asking you to like, saying like, oh yeah, I have a lollipop here for anyone who gets in my van. It's like, bruh, a creep comes along, your Rattata is not gonna protect you. These children are children. Let's make this clear. Like, I don't know how young youngsters are, but they aren't usually armed with the most, the best Pokemon to defend themselves with. So it's like, why would they let these young kids out? Why would their parents let these young kids out into the world with no one to watch them? Wow, it surprised me. Why would they let them out into the world with no one to watch them if all they have to protect themselves is a freaking rat? And I mean, Rattata, like, Raticate is pretty good. But, like, Rattata, like, youngster Joey with his top 100% Rattata is gonna freaking die out there. I'm a lightweight, but I'm good with electricity. But, yeah. I said that, I don't know if I said I was going to, but I felt I wanted to look up, what Lieutenant Surge's levels were in between episodes, but I didn't end up doing that. However, what I did look up was Gerald's Learn Set, as well as Alice's. Alice is the Haunter. So, Gerald, boy am I glad we got TMs to teach Gerald, because, Gerald would not be getting any physical attacking moves anytime soon. In fact, I don't think he gets, like, any until, I think the only one he gets is Smog. At level, like, 47, I think. The next thing he gets is at level, like, 37, and it's Leer. So, I am so glad we got TMs to teach Gerald, because they were not getting any moves anytime soon. As for Haunter, I have some bad news. Because the thing about, playing these old games, and in Randomized, and in Nuzlocke in general, because you can't just, like, trade with people, is that trade revolutions are completely out of the question. So our Haunter is staying a Haunter. That Haunter will never become a Gengar. And I think there is, like, some sort of setting to make, like, for, like, impossible evolutions, so that, like, trait evolutions evolve at a certain level. But I don't know where that is, and so I definitely did not enable it. I know that I did not enable it because I'd have to know where it is in order to enable it. Fried! But, yeah, the issue is that Haunter doesn't actually learn any ghost-type attacking moves. So, our Haunter will never have stab. Which is, not the best. When I was in the army, Lieutenant Surge was my strict commander. Forgot what CO stands for. Colonel? It might be Colonel, not Commander. I don't know. Obviously, I know it stands for, like Co and, like, Company. It's like, but that's, like, a totally different, abbreviation. You know, like, some words, they're, like, abbreviated for several, some abbreviated words stand for, like, several different things, depending on, like, the situation. And that's one of them. But the swimmer says, "Stop! You're very good!" It's the swimmer who worked with Lieutenant Surge in the army. I mean, I feel like you'd be more suited for the Marines, my friend, but then again, who am I to say? But yeah, the other day, I mean yesterday. Yesterday, I actually was... Hold on. Let me actually go heal at the Pokemon Center, because there's no point in, like, going to the gym with, there's no point in solving the puzzle. There's no point, when I can so easily go back to a new Pokemon Center, when there's Pokemon Center, like, right there, I might as well just fully heal up my Pokemon. It's not like we having to do any more battles before the gym leader, so if I healed them up now, then I would just be able to go to the gym leader with everyone at full health. Because if I shouldn't just, because obviously I shouldn't just, like, go through the trash cans and, open the electric gate, before, and then go to the Pokemon Center, because then I have to do all that stuff again. So I'm gonna do it now, before I do that trash can puzzle, so that way I can go to the gym leader with full health without having to do the puzzle twice. Just seems like the logical thing to do upon further examination. But, yeah. Yesterday, I actually finished, Sonic Adventure 2. I've been working on that one for a hot minute, and might I just say, I have never been, like, a Sonic fan, but I was, like, pleasantly surprised with how fun it was. Like, yes, there were some obvious problems, but I think that I unironically enjoyed it more than Super Mario 64. And, like, is Super Mario 64 the better game? Does Super Mario 64 have better character designs? Yes. Does Super Mario 64 have better level design? Yes. Is Super Mario 64 just all around probably a better designed game? Absolutely. But Sonic Adventure 2 is just so funny. Like, I can see, like, I think that, like, Sonic is so hit or miss. And most of the time it's miss, I'm gonna be honest. But, like, it's just, like, so I think that the best thing you can hope for with a Sonic game is not that it's, like, amazing, but just that it's funny. Because really, if you're looking for a Sonic game to be really good and, like really well designed, then I don't think you're trying to get fun out of it the right way. Like, I'm not here trying to tell you why you should enjoy games. But with a Sonic game, I don't think you should be looking for quality. I don't think you should be looking for quality gameplay. I think if you're playing a Sonic game, you should be expecting to laugh your ass off. And, like, 'cause, like, they just, like, okay, I was playing, like Bowser, the difference between Bowser, like, Mario and Sonic, is, like, Mario, yeah, I think Mario games are designed much better, I think. But the thing is, in Mario 64, Bowser didn't take out a gun. I just think it's crazy that, like, there are just a bunch of, like, it's like a fox and a hedgehog and another hedgehog. It's like Knuckles and Amy and Tails, and they're, like, fighting a man. First of all, Sonic the Hedgehog is just funny because they're a bunch of animals fighting a bald man with a mustache. And then you get to the point, and then it's like, okay, Sonic has like super speed, and Knuckles has like super strength, and Amy has a hammer, and but like a really cartoony one, right? And like Tails is like super smart, and he's got his robot suit or whatever. And Eggman's got his tech too, but then at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, he's just like freaking threatening Amy with a gun, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, imagine if Bowser just took out a gun. Everyone would be like, wow, that's what just what? But the fact that it's Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's just like such a. It feels so normal in Sonic the Hedgehog. The absurdity somehow feels normal. That like you are in a world where hedgehogs talk and echidnas have super strength, and then someone just takes out, and then a bald man just takes out a gun, and it's like, huh, that's an oddly normal occurrence for the world we live in. But yeah, I just think that like, I also think that like, Sonic Adventure 2 taught me more about the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog than I have ever learned from any other source in my life. And I think that like I've spent so many years, because my brother used to be a massive Sonic fan, and he used to explain things to me. And he's like, well, there's Super Sonic, and then there's Hyper Sonic, and then he gets like the fake Chaos Emeralds, and he turns into something different, and there's Polar Sonic and Solar Sonic, and I'm like, I don't care about all these freaking Sonics. It's like, why are there so many Sonics? And it really is just so confusing to me, and I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog, in general, is just very confusing if you didn't just, like, grow up with it and accumulate that information over, like, a year's time. I think Sonic the Hedgehog is something that's very difficult to explain to someone who doesn't know Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, kid, what do you think you're doing here? You won't live long in combat, that's for sure. I tell you, kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zapped my enemies into paralysis. The same as I'll do to you. Lieutenant Surge got big talk, but let's see how he does against my team. First of all, what is the first Pokemon's level? Because that I can usually kind of use to gauge like everyone else's. Okay, I'm not afraid anymore, because for a while I thought like, okay, I think it's 27 that his ace is. But if it's more than that, I'm kind of screwed. Because I think everyone on my team is over level 27. But you don't want to, like... You want to have a decent level gap with everything when you're going into a gym, because you never know what they might have. Like, just having them having one Pokemon that is close to your level is scary, because you never know what that one Pokemon is going to be. For all you know, it's like, it could be a level 27 Meowth, or for all you know, it could be a level 27 Mewtwo, and then you're just kind of screwed. Because those like 1 or 2 levels you have above that Pokemon don't help you in that case. But Yell grew to level 29. At this point, our starter is under-leveled compared to the rest of the team. Not by a lot, mind you. Because level 28 versus level 29 is not quite a lot, not a lot at all. Actually, like, Andrew is the only one who is not level 29 or above. Alice is level 30, which actually does not surprise me, because Alice was putting in work during the SSN. But dang, it's not often that your starter is like the lowest level on the team. Typically, my starter is like consistently at least one level higher than the rest of the team when I play through Pokemon. And if they do get like more than one level higher, I typically like box them just to make sure everyone is like up to. I don't typically box them, but I stop using them. I only box my starter when it's like when they're like really above a level that I feel is really above like everyone else on the team's level. Let's swap in Alice. Let's give Alice some action. I know Alice really doesn't need the XP, but I really like Alice. Like I said in the last episode, just Haunter, love the design, especially in Gen 1. So why not flaunt the fact that I have one? Honestly, I'm very happy with this team that we currently have, because we have not only Eradicate. Oh no, wait, do we have Eradicate? Yes, we have Eradicate. That's, Carly. Carly is our Eradicate. I'm so muddled up. I didn't record yesterday, so, forgive me, but I'm a little... I've forgotten a few things since I last stepped into the world of Pokemon. This file specifically. So forgive me if I'm currently, like, a little bit confused about what my team looks like. But y'all know how, if y'all have watched a bunch of episodes before, then you know how bad my memory is, and it shouldn't surprise you that taking a day off from recording this has me questioning things, and in general just like confused about what my team is looking like. So anyway, Marshall has been defeated. It's the third gym leader down. Whoa! You're the real deal, kid. Fine then, take the Thunder Badge. I get the Thunder Badge, as well as $2,376, I believe, if I read that fast enough. The Thunder Badge cranks up your Pokemon's speed. It also lets your Pokemon fly anytime, kid. You're special, kid. Take this. And I received TM24. I don't know what that is. Bubble Beam. Okay. I now know what that is. Yeah, I'd say, like, the only one where I'm, like... I know quite a lot about Pokemon, but I'm not currently at the point where I've memorized all the TMs and what they are. Pretty much the only one I could say confidently is, like, Dynamic Punch is either 1 or 0. I don't know which one, though. But yeah, just like, I think Sonic is such a confusing thing to explain to someone who doesn't know Sonic. Like, if you know a little bit, and then people are trying to, like, add on to it, then it's possible. But me having never beaten a Sonic game before, my brother trying to explain Sonic to me is like him trying to explain rocket science to me. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Because Sonic is just like, it's literally like, Dragon Ball, which I also haven't watched. I also don't know anything about. But it's like Dragon Ball. It's like listening to Dragon Ball, like when Original 151 is like it's like, because Original 151, I've said before, I watched him a lot. And he is like a big Dragon Ball fan. And so it's like him, it's like listening to him talk about like Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan Blue, and it's like, I don't know what a freaking Ultra Instinct is. Why is the Super Saiyan blue? I know what a Super Saiyan is, but why did he become blue? I don't get it. And then there's like Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4. It's like, how many Super Saiyans do you need? It's just, it's confusing in the same way that Dragon Ball is. Sonic the Hedgehog, because it's like, if he gets like 7 Chaos Emeralds, then he becomes Supersonic, but if he gets 7 Master Emeralds, then he turns into Hypersonic. But the Master Emerald is like the equivalent of 8 Chaos Emeralds, and then it's like, okay, so wait, but when you split a Master Emerald, for some reason it doesn't turn into Chaos Emeralds, even though it's the equivalent of 8 Chaos Emeralds. Rather, it splits into Master Emerald shards. And that is what Knuckles does in Sonic Adventure 2. It's just like, there is so many things, just so many things. It's like, and you go like, it's like already they have like Supersonic and Hypersonic, and then they're like, and then they do it with like other characters too, where it's like, this is like Chaos Knuckles and Hyper Knuckles, but Hyper Knuckles and Hypersonic aren't the same power level. Hyper Knuckles is like Supersonic, but like more powerful, I think. And then it's like, why can't you just, like, why can't there be Supersonic and Super Knuckles? Why do you have to make it confusing? Why is there Supersonic and Hypersonic, but no Super Knuckles, only Hyper Knuckles? I don't get that. And then they're like, oh, Chaos Shadow, and then also Chaos Knuckles. It's like, why do those two have Chaos forms, but Sonic doesn't have a Chaos form? And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, if he gets 7 rings, he turns purple. But it's just like a bunch of super specific rings from Sonic Secret of the Rings. And it's like, what? And then it's like, there's these things like fake Chaos Emeralds. And then my brother said that like, oh, if he gets 7 fake Chaos Emeralds, he turns into something different than with real Chaos Emeralds. And it's like, why does he even turn into anything at all if they're fake? And then here I am, playing through Sonic Adventure 2, and Tails gives me a fake Chaos Emerald. And he's like, well, it's fake, but it still has the same powers as a real Chaos Emerald. It's like, so what is the point of it even being fake? It's like, it has the same exact wavelength of a real Chaos Emerald. You wouldn't be able to know it was fake unless I told you it was fake. And I'm like, okay, so why do we care that it's fake? It's like, can't we use this too? Can't he use this too? Like, we're gonna give Eggman a fake Chaos Emerald? Why can't he also use that the same way he'd use a real Chaos Emerald? Like, I don't understand quite the difference between like fake Chaos Emerald and real Chaos Emerald and power level. I don't understand, like, because like in the end, Sonic still used it to chaos control his way out of the exploding thing or whatever. And frankly, but like, here's the thing. You have Pokemon with you. You're mine. So the thing is, though, yes, I was left with a few questions exiting Sonic Adventure 2. Mostly, how the heck does Chow Garden work? Because I tried to do Chow Garden after, like, every level, and still couldn't figure out how the heck it works. So if y'all know how Chow Garden works and would like to explain it to me, please do. Please tell me in the comments, because I was absolutely clueless, and I couldn't hatch, like, a single Chow the entire playthrough. And so I did Hero Mode, and I might go back and do Dark Mode or Villain Mode or whatever the heck it's called. Probably not, because I just have a bunch of things that I need to play, and I think that one playthrough of Sonic Adventure 2 is enough for me, and I get it, it's probably going to be different because I'm on the dark side now, but it's like, it's still just like, Sonic Adventure 2 was a lot, man. I think that Sonic the Hedgehog jumping out of a helicopter and using the wreckage of it as a skateboard was like a little too much for me. Like, already seconds into the game, I'm just like, wow, what the heck am I playing? And I think that that's how you should go into Sonic, frankly. I think that if within like the first 30 seconds of playing a Sonic game, you don't have no idea what's happening yet, then I think that you're playing them wrong. I think that you're going in with too much information. Either that or the Sonic the Hedgehog game was made incorrectly. Because frankly, I think that's the best part of Sonic the Hedgehog. Just that moment of like, what the heck is happening? I really enjoy that, personally. And like, I know that there are probably better ways to experience Sonic the Hedgehog, but I remember playing Sonic Lost World when I was younger, and like, and just like getting to like the second level and not being able to beat it after like an hour and saying, heck this, I'm done with this is stupid. And I'm so glad I didn't do that with Sonic Adventure 2. Because hey, Sonic Lost World, graphically, looks way better than Sonic Adventure 2, obviously. And like, yes, Sonic Adventure 2, by Sonic Lost World, they have more of an idea of level design. And character roles are more established. And there's all this stuff. It's like, how come I gave up on Sonic Lost World within 2 levels? And yet, Sonic Adventure 2, I saw it all the way through Hero Mode. It's like, it's kind of confusing, I'm sure. But the thing is, Sonic Adventure 2, it just really grabbed me from the beginning. Which I feel like Sonic Lost World didn't do. And also, just like, I wanted to play it, because I've heard things about it. Okay, I'll admit, I watch Alpharad, okay? I'm a massive Alpharad fan. And I know Alpharad enjoys a good bit of Sonic Adventure 2. I saw he 100%ed the game recently, and that's crazy to me, because I could never. You deceived me! Just playing through it normally was hard enough for me, because I'm not a gamer, like frickin' Alpharad. But, yeah, just, I'd heard from him that it was a game. And whether good or bad, I'm not sure. I was kind of being sent mixed messages, I feel. It is definitely kind of difficult with Alpharad to tell, like, when he's being, like, honest about something and when he's being, like, jokey, in my opinion. Wahaha, great, I was bored, eh? But I feel like he likes Sonic Adventure 2, and I feel like the reason why is not because it's a well-designed game, but because because he enjoys consuming dumb media. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure in his heart of hearts, he does consider Sonic Adventure 2 to be a decent game. But I'm sure he also loves it for the same reason that I enjoyed it. And that's because it's freaking weird and kinda stupid. It's like, transition into 3D is always hard. Like I said it with like Super Mario 64 previously. Transition into 3D is always hard. But it hits Sonic the Hedgehog especially hard. And I think that Sonic Adventure 2 is a perfect example of, first of all, how transition into 3D should not be done. But second, a perfect example of a story that is captivating all the way through. Because maybe I did not maybe I was not like, maybe at some points I was like, why did I go flying off that rail? Maybe at some points I'm like, why did I go directly through that rail? Maybe at other points I was like, okay, that didn't look right. What is this momentum? This is stupid. Why did I die there? Numerous other things about movement and game design where I'm like, oh, I freaking hate this. But the thing is, whether you like to, it may not be the most, the story may not make a whole lot of sense on the surface. However, I think that it is well thought out. The story is kind of goofy, but it is definitely well thought out. I cannot say I cannot in good conscience say I don't think they put thought into the Sonic Adventure 2 story. Because there is just a lot of stuff in the Sonic Adventure 2 story. It is very, like, in-depth. There is a lot of things going on. And I can appreciate that. As someone who plays Mario, I can appreciate a game with an actual story. Because Mario is really good, obviously. Love the gameplay. But story-wise, Mario games are absolutely lacking. And, it's just an interesting mix-up for me. Someone who plays Pokemon and Mario and Kirby, to have a game that is actually, like, well thought out with plot progression. It is, mind you, a kind of weird plot. That, like, oh, bald man with mustache builds giant, space colony to shoot a laser at the Earth. Meanwhile, the government is hunting you down, and they're also called Gun. It is quite a strange story. What is this music? What is what? What is going on with the music? Keep it coming, eh? Oh wait, I'm out of Pokemon. I'm scared. What is with this music? Okay, that was odd. The music went really odd for a second. I found TM20. Actually, we didn't check what TM I got from Lieutenant Surge. I was just too busy talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and how Sonic Adventure 2 is such a great bad game. Let's see. TM24 is what I got from Surge, if I remember correctly. So let's see what it is. It is Bubble Beam. I already knew this. Why am I checking this? But what is TM? First of all, okay. But who can learn Bubble Beam? I just want to see. Alice. Alice is a physical attacker, yes? I hope so. Please tell me they're a physical attacker. Otherwise, their current moveset is very bad. But like, ghost types are physical in this gen, so I'd imagine they'd be a physical attacker. Karate Chop, Glow Kick, Clear, Hypnosis, yeah. I mean, Hypnosis isn't the most useful thing in the world. If they are a special attacker, I definitely want to give them Bubble Beam, just so that we can have that coverage, because Water is just a good type to have. You know, super effective against Fire, Ground, Rock. I think that's it. Move to make room for Bubble Beam? No. Abandon learning Bubble Beam, yes. Abandon learning Bubble Beam. Not give up learning Bubble Beam like in future games. No, abandon. I have abandoned learning Bubble Beam. Sorry, Bubble Beam, I have abandoned you as a concept. It just sounds so much more rude when you put it that way. Abandon learning Bubble Beam. Ooh, special is definitely much higher. Okay, we will learn Bubble Beam then, because the Karate Chops were putting in work when we were on the SSN, but I noticed they have started doing a lot less damage since then. And that is because Alice evolved, and now they are no longer the physical, the absolute physical damage dealer that Machop is, but rather they are the special, whoops, what did I just do? Karate Chop? Fine, sure, whatever. Don't need it anymore, it's physical. Let's get physical! Physical! No, let's see what TM20 is. Boot it up TM. It's Hydro Pump. Huh. What if I just made my... Okay. Imagine if Alice learned it. I would just make this thing full, like, water set. What is... Gerald can get Hydro Pump? Okay, they are a physical attacker, so I should probably keep that in mind. But, like, I kind of want to learn Hydro Pump just for the lulz, not gonna lie. Do you think that... It's probably... Yeah, sure. Over Agility. There is probably... Do I want to save this? Because I feel like this would be much better on an actual water type who is not a physical attacker. Brandon learning Hydro Pump. No, sorry. Yes, I meant to press yes. So maybe I should save this. I'm gonna actually save this just in case. Do they go for Hydro Pump? No. Because I don't think that it is, like... It would be funny to have a Magmar with Hydro Pump, in my opinion. But I don't think that that is, like, worth it at all when we could run into a Pokemon that can actually put it to good use. I don't want to, like, use it now and then run into a water type and be like, oh, I wish this thing had Hydro Pump, you know? Alice is the highest health here. At least they look like it. 50, 47, 32, 36, yeah. Both number-wise and percent-wise, they are the highest health, currently. Who's that walking with those good-looking Pokemon? Me, probably. Unless you're, like, looking past me at that wall, through that wall, with your X-ray vision, at someone with significantly better Pokemon than me. It's probably me. But just in case you have X-ray vision, it might not be. Low kick. I'm going to go for the low kick because while I am a physical attack, while I am a special attacker, so the physical attack is probably not going to do all that much. This is a Krabby, and it is water type, which means our Bubble Beam, which is also water type, will not be very effective. Will be not very effective, rather. But let's just see if it does more damage anyway, because our special attack is much better than our physical attack. To the point where, oh my gosh, it just kills. Wow. Okay. So, Karate Chop, or Low Kick, or whatever, was definitely not the right move. However, I was going to say Low Kick is the right move here because they're sending out a Rock type, but Rock is also weak to water. So, here we are. Going for Bubble Beam again. And judging by how much the not very effective Bubble Beam did, I think this just kills. And it just does. So, that's great. 32 minutes, huh? I kind of want to get through this route before I wrap up the episode. Out like a light. But I do want to record another episode today, because I didn't record anything yesterday, because I was too busy playing Sonic the freaking Hedgehog. I got up early every day to raise my Pokemon from cocoons. Okay, so that would seem to indicate that you have either a Beedrill or a, the other one. Butterfree, right. The one that I really like, because I really like Butterfree. I know that people don't traditionally like it all that much, because it's not, like, very powerful, but I don't really, like I said, I don't really care about the power on Pokemon. I care about how the Pokemon looks, which is kind of... I'm now realizing that that's not right, really, but I care about what's on the inside. I don't care about looks. Remember when I said I care about looks? I don't care about looks. I care about what's on the inside, because I'm a good person who doesn't judge people by the way they look. Totally. Definitely. Absolutely. But yeah. Just like... I think that when your game starts with, like, Sonic Adventure... I think that Sonic Adventure 2, starting with Sonic skateboarding down the streets on the wreckage of a helicopter wing away from a truck, is just, like, it really helps set the mood for what is to come. And I think that, like, that was really... Like, Sonic Lost World didn't have that, you know? Yes, I was really bad at games, and I could probably go back to Sonic Lost World right now and finish that second level easily. Like, I think that, yes, I was sort of... I didn't want to play Sonic Lost World because I thought it was hard. That is, like, probably the main reason. But what is a more... I'm a good Carly because they're not weak to ground, unlike literally everything else on our team. Good to have something that's not weak to ground. Because Alice wasn't weak to ground. I believe Alice is the Machop, yeah. The Machop that is now a Haunter. Alice wasn't weak to the ground, as a Machop, obviously. But now they are a Haunter, and so now they are Poison type, so now they are weak to ground. Which is not the best. They evolved into another Pokemon that is weak to ground, because we didn't have enough of those on our team. But hey, that's alright. It just means that whenever I run into a ground type, I scream in panic. But yeah, like, I think that the main reason why I didn't get past level 2 in Sonic Lost World, I just gave up, is because it was hard, and I considered it hard even. What?! Yes, I considered the Sonic Lost World hard. What a total waste of time. Yeah, Sonic Lost World is absolutely a total waste of time. I'm glad this trainer agrees with me. But, yeah, I think that, like, yes, that was the main reason, because I felt it was too hard for me. But also, I think that I would have been more motivated to give it more tries, had it roped me in the way Sonic Adventure 2 did. Because, like Alpharad, I am down to play bad games. Just funny games. Like, I really enjoy funny media. Hence, I bought My Friend Peppa Pig for $40 at the age of freaking, like... Actually, I'm not gonna dox my age, but, like... Just know, it was, like, months ago that I bought My Friend Peppa Pig. This was not when I was, like, a little kid. Oh, yeah, My Friend Peppa Pig, I want to play the Peppa Pig game! No, this is me as, like, an actual, like, over 11-year-old. That's all the information I'm willing to give you on my age, that I'm over 11. Me as an actual over 11-year-old, being like, I want to play, My Friend Peppa Pig. Very ironically. But yeah, like, I like Alpharad, enjoy a good, bad game. And so, you present to me a blue hedgehog riding the wreckage of a helicopter down the street away from a tractor-trailer truck. And I'm like, where do I sign? This is like, really sets the mood for the acid trip I'm about to be going through. And boy did the rest of the game not disappoint. I will say that one ghost fight with Knuckles was, like, very good. Like, unironically, yes, he's goofy. I love the stupid, like, noises he made where it's like, boop, boop, and he's, like, bouncing after you. It is really funny. But, like, even unironically, that boss is just good. I just killed my encounter. Heck me. I'm so stupid. I was too busy talking about Sonic Adventure 2 to realize that I just killed my encounter. I really gotta just, like, stop killing these things, because I have killed so many. Like, I'd like to get a montage of all the times during the series I killed my freaking encounter, because it has happened too many times. I need to, like, actually start paying attention. Next series, I'll try to pay more attention so I kill less encounters, I guess. That is my official next series resolution. The next Pokemon series, I mean, because, my next series, I don't actually plan on it being a Pokemon series. And, I'm sure y'all will be glad to hear that, because my views have, the amount of views I'm not getting, these videos aren't raking in the views as they were, with, previous ones. Like, these Pokemon videos aren't raking in the views. So I'm figuring that y'all are tired of Pokemon. Y'all are specifically tired of watching me lose. So I will take a little break from Pokemon. The next series will not be Pokemon related. Rather it will be a series based upon playing a game that I have talked about its series before. So, do with that what you will. But I have never mentioned the game before. I've mentioned the series, never mentioned the game, and that's obviously because, like, I don't have much to say about it, because I haven't actually played it. Because, go figure, if I had actually played it, I probably wouldn't want to play it again. Unless it was, like, a really, really good game. But, I, in general, just don't, like, not a big fan of playing games again. Like, I played it once, that's enough for me. I just want to, like, play through the game, 100% it if I can. Future playthroughs are, like, are highly uncommon, unless I want to do, like, a challenge run. Challenge runs I enjoy, with, like, games that I enjoy, obviously. I've done a bunch of Super Mario 3D World challenge runs. I've done, like, no ground pound, no, I don't think I've done, yeah, I finished no ground pound. I'm currently doing no game overs, which is quite easy so far. Obviously, I'm not using infinite life glitch, not even infinite life, I shouldn't say glitch, it's not really a glitch, it's just, like, not using, like, the infinite life thingamabobber, but, because then, obviously, it would just be easy, it would just be a normal playthrough, but, like, I'm bad at Mario, I'm not bad at Mario, I'm bad at video games in general, so, like, I thought that perhaps it would add a little bit of challenge to play it without doing with no game overs. And while that has added a small bit of challenge to the point where I'm being more careful about what I'm doing, it is a fairly normal playthrough. Same with the ground pound one. Like I want to do challenge runs, but at the same time I don't want to do challenge runs that are like too complicated to the point where I'm like struggling, actual like struggle bus, because I'm not very good at video games, as I've said. Come on, dude. But yeah, just like I will say that just like Sonic Adventure 2, the boss fights were very interesting. Like, not all of them were designed very well, but I think that all of the boss fights were enjoyable. Especially the ghost one. I think that I sleep on the game. I slept on the game quite a bit, and I still think that the game is like, it is not very well designed, and I don't think that many people will argue with me on that Sonic Adventure 2 isn't very well designed. But I think that what they did do well, they did very well. Like, for instance, the story. Like, as I said before, actually, like, my brain is, like, doing loops in my head. It grew legs, and it started running up and down my head in a circle. I don't know if that makes sense, but my brain is, like, doing loops, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And I think that, like, shows that story may be goofy, but they put thought into it. Like, the government agency that is tracking Sonic down may be called Gun, but there's also a government agency that's tracking Sonic down because they think he's Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, that is just like, it's plot, man. And maybe it's not like that good of a plot, but I play Nintendo games, so I'm not used to it. Ha 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 ha, you beat me fair. But yeah, say what I might about, say what you will about, like, Sonic Adventure 2, and, like, gameplay and movement and all that. Because most of the movement just doesn't work. But I think that what they did well, they did very well. And boss fights are one of those things. And frankly, go my Super Bug Pokemon! Frankly, go my Super Bug Pokemon. Frankly, that ghost boss was one of the most fun boss fights I have ever played. Like, period. It's not just like, oh, this one really stuck out to me as, like, a good boss fight. Like, this is not, like, one of the best boss fights I've played in a Sonic game. Because then it would be just one of the best boss fights I've played in that game, because I haven't played any of the Sonic games. This is not, like, one of the best boss fights I've played in a Sonic game, or one of the best boss fights I've played in a platformer. This is one of the best boss fights I've played, period. It was just, like, so creative. It's just such a cool idea that, like, the ghost is, like, phasing through walls, and you have to, like, dig him out. And then he's, like, going around, because, like, boos are boos. Boos will be boos, you know? Like, I think that boo boss fights in Mario are really boring. Like, Bouldergeist is the only ghost type of fight in Mario where I'm like, that was cool. But, like, and I think that a lot of people love Bouldergeist. I don't think that anyone will argue with me that Bouldergeist isn't cool. But, like, just, it's so much more, what they did in Sonic Adventure 2 with that ghost is just so much better than frickin', oh look, here's a boo, let me throw shiny radioactive rainbow blocks at him. In case you couldn't tell what I was referencing, that's Super Mario World. Or like, Super Mario 64, let me ground pound him a couple times. It's like, this actually was like, it was climactic, it was really good. Like, with the music and everything too, and the way you can like hear him around the corner go, "Bo-bo!" and you know he's gonna like, start chasing you, and he's so big too, it's really intimidating. My bugs! It's like, you just gotta run, and you're like Knuckles, you know, you're not even Sonic, so you're not like running, you're like, running isn't even your thing, but you're running, because that thing is just like chasing you around in a circle, and you go, and you hear boom, 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 as its fat body bounces off the level, and it's like, bounces off the level floor, and it's like, oh my gosh. It is really climactic and really cool and kind of scary. It is really good. I'm taking Rock Tunnel to go to Lavender. Oh yes, Rock Tunnel, the thing that I have to take fairly soon. Yeah, shout out to Rock Tunnel, which is gonna be a pain in the neck to get through. I'm sure, considering how long Mount Moon took. Tell me in the comments, how long do you think that one's gonna take? Because Mount Moon took 2 episodes, and one of them was quite long. So, my prediction is, like, 3 episodes to get through, Rock Tunnel. Possibly 4, but if it is 4, I don't want it to be 4, you know? I think that 4 is too much. Like, 3, I'm milking things a little bit. Like, I could just make it 2 long episodes, but I don't really wanna... I don't really want to do too many more long episodes, because we are at the 45-minute mark here, and I know we've done some long episodes previously, and long episodes are a pain in my butt to record, because then I have to, like, wait for them to upload, and it takes much longer, and in general, it just takes much longer to record. Like, I'd rather get my episodes out for the day, like, my 2 short episodes out for the day, then record 1 big long episode, but, here I am recording 1 big long episode because I'm, like, I don't know. It's just like, I want to get through this route. This route doesn't seem very significant, so I just want to, like, get through it as fast as I can, because it's not, like, worth spending tons of episodes on. It's like random routes I'm down to just, like, if they're taking a while, just make it a long episode, because y'all have seen me play through this game for y'all have been watching this series for quite a long time. It has been a long series. It's been quite the ride so far, and I obviously, like, want to get it done, quite soon, so we can move on to other things, and that's, and when I say I want to get it done quite soon, I don't mean I want to lose, so, Lady Luck, please don't take it that way, but, I'd like to get through this, like, get through this game pretty quick from here on out. I want to, like, I don't want to spend another, like, I don't know, 28 episodes on the next 3 gyms. I want to sort of get through it a lot faster than I've been progressing through it so far. It has rap? It just, like, steals my moveset? I thought it just got, like, the moves that it's supposed to have at this point, but, I mean, Eradicate is definitely not supposed to have rap at level 19. So he actually steals my moves. That is really interesting. Like, you transform into them. Because that's something, like, you may be, like, some of y'all in the comments may be like, that's dumb. Like, some of y'all viewers may be like, that's dumb, how did you not know that? You're so stupid, well, you don't know anything about Pokemon. Can't measure up, but, like, how was I supposed to know that, you know? Like, for all I knew, it was just like, oh, they transform into the Pokemon you have out. With Transform, they transform into the Pokemon you have out, and then they get the moves that that Pokemon would have. How was I supposed to know they would get the moves that Pokemon would have at that point? Ha 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 ha, aren't you a little toughie? How was I supposed to know that, like, they transform into you with your exact moves? Like, that... I mean, I guess if I had, like, Cut, that would be, like, a dead giveaway, because then, like, the Pokemon would normally have Cut. But, like, I feel like that's a pretty, like... It's fine not to know that. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable thing not to know about Pokemon. No, a not so reasonable thing is not knowing my Fire, Ground, Rock interactions, which I should probably know by now. But Articuno's coming out. We fought another one of them recently, previously in this episode. So, let's send out our trusty Dusty starter. I say Dusty with the utmost, I don't even know. The utmost something. I say Dusty with the utmost emphasis. Dusty! Because we haven't used this thing in quite a bit. Like, obviously we've been using it on and off, but, like, Andrew is 2 levels below our highest level Pokemon. Highest level Pokemon as in plural, because 2 level Pokemon are level 31. And our starter is level 29, which is honestly quite odd. Like I said before, you don't really run into this in a normal playthrough, because your starter is so broken in a normal playthrough, you just want to use it. Like, final evolutions of starter Pokemon are just really good. So it's like, your starter gets a lot of usage in a normal playthrough. But that's the thing about a Nuzlocke, is that maybe your starter isn't your best Pokemon. So maybe it's gonna end up underleveled, like this. Like, you never know. Because that's the thing about a randomized Nuzlocke, is that, like, you never know when you might get a Pokemon that's just, like, really good. It can happen at any point that you just get a new MVP. What's that? I thought there was more to that. It's like, what's that? What's that? I need an operation? I don't know why that's what popped into my head. thought of like the SpongeBob thing where he's like impersonating Mr. Krabs. It's like, what's that? My daughter needs an operation. I'll do it myself to save a penny. Yar! Don't you dare condescend me. I wasn't condescending you. I'm sorry if what I'm doing strike you as condescending? I apologize. I was not attempting to condescend you. But yeah, I actually really like in Sonic Adventure 2 like the special moves that all the bosses have, because it really like splits it up and makes things more interesting. Because Shadow the Hedgehog, right? I will say, I will burp, but also after that I will say something else. No, you're too much, but after that I will say something else. Like the original, the first Shadow fight is like not the most interesting thing in the world. Yes, it's fun. Like I enjoyed playing it because it was hilarious, and it is an interesting idea for a fight to just fight yourself. Like you're air dashing him and he's air dashing you, and you're just like air dashing at each other, and you're just like orbs flying at each other in different directions, leaving like these streaks behind you. He's leaving behind his orange streaks, you're leaving behind your blue streaks, and you're going bam, 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 bam into each other until one of you does damage to the other. And I think that's really funny. But like, boy did it, in the final boss fight, boy did it like make things so much more fresh that he was using Chaos Spear. Like, boy did it make it so much more fresh that wasn't just the entire fight again with like the rematch for Shadow. That being said, EV Clan, I'm gonna end it off here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And this is Alex Espion, signing off.